your cell phones, silence them, put them away. No more solitaire, no more toy games. All right, and if we could ask you to please stand, we're going to go right into our morning song. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, let's go, everybody. Come on. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hey, say hello to somebody around you. Good morning, Linda. How are you? Living and loving. Living and learning, loving, whatever. Living and loving with my mind set on spirit. Living and loving with my mind set on spirit. Living and loving with my mind set on spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. All right. Woo! Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow. I guess the thunder and lightning really did you well, huh? Wasn't that amazing? Oh. I've never heard thunder last that long.
Oh.
It was like a race car
light show.
Goes on. I know. It was amazing. Oh. All right. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. So I want to remind you that today over in the Costa Hall, we are having our new membership orientation for this week and next week. If you've signed up, or not too many of you, we have lunch over there for you. So please join us over there. It's a wonderful way. It gives you an opportunity to find out what the center is about. Ask any questions you have, and we'll kind of give you some history. Next week, we'll take the guided tour into the inner sanctum on this side of the wall. So please join us for that.
I'll make sure my desk is clean.
Oh. And then don't forget, this Wednesday is really important. It's our member council meeting. This is brand new. This is in alignment with what Centers for Spiritual Living does. They have an organization called Member Council. And so what that is, it's an opportunity. This is your center. This is an opportunity for you to come together, kind of brainstorm what do you want for the direction of this center as far as community outreach and so forth. So please join us here for that on this Wednesday night in the sanctuary. And Cheryl, I'm going to let Cheryl talk about the Patriot Ride.
Come on. There you are. I'm like.
That's because I was MIA at the first service.
There you go.
Anyway, the Patriot Ride for our heroes is it's different things. There's the ride, which is a bike ride, which is 30, 50, 100 miles. There's a 10-mile as well, rides. But then there's also a walk. It's called Salute to Our Heroes. And it's we're having it in Civic Center Park this year in Palm Desert. So beautiful venue. And then it's raising money for our veterans and for our first responders. It's really a great cause, and a lot of people are very supportive of this. And so if you can come out and we have guided walks. It's a guy, Lee Wilson. He's the history teacher out of Indio High that does guided walks. They have stations, and each one of them talks about one of our fallen heroes all the way back to World War I. So it's really powerful. So I hope you can come out.
The volunteer opportunities look like that. A lot of people looking in community. Hold on. People are always trying to find community service opportunities through the center, and they're asking, how do we get involved in the center outside of the center? And this is one of the ways to do that. So tell them what we need in terms of volunteers to help us do what we need to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, the times are, there's sign-up sheets that you can choose when you want to be there. Now, I'm not going to tell you when you have to be there. Anyway, we need volunteers for the Volunteer Center, which is a sit-down job, so you can, sit there and you just sign in volunteers and give them their little vest. And then we also have, for the raffle booth, we really need some people there. All you do is sell raffle tickets, very simple. And then we have vendor setup, where all you do is just guide people to where they're setting up. You don't have to do any setup or anything like that. But it's great, and we always have so much fun. All the people that are there have become friends in the center now because they got to know each other there.
Beautiful.
So if you can come out, please do. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you. All right, Dr. Joe.
And if you're not doing that and you live in the Palm Springs area, I'm going to be participating in the Desert AIDS Walk next week. So if you would like to join me, I'd love to have you. We have a Center for Spiritual Living t-shirt, which I usually have up here. We'll put a t-shirt on. We're probably going to march close to the Sorted Lives cast and crew. They're friends of mine, so I have to walk between them. But we're going to have a lot of fun, and it's a good cause. We're raising money for the Desert AIDS Project. So if you can't walk with us, we'd love you to sponsor us. You can go to the Desert AIDS Project online and sponsor our Center for Spiritual Living team. We'd love to have you.
And so Rainbow Alliance is putting on their Halloween costume party. This is always a great event. Everybody is welcome. Their house, they decorated, and it's so much fun. It's a potluck. And so please sign up over at the Rainbow Alliance table. This is a great, great way to get to meet other people, other members of our congregation. And it's at Annie and Laura Meek's house, which is just fabulous. It's a lot of fun. And then don't forget our gala. Our tickets are selling out, so we don't have that many more, but we still have some tickets available. That is going to be a fun evening. It's a fundraiser for the center. We have things around here that we still would like to do, and so please support this. It'll be Dr. Joe will be dancing. They'll be dancing. This room, you won't even recognize this room that
We're going to transform
evening.
this into a ballroom. We've got a dance floor that's coming in. It's going to be a lot of fun. My favorite DJ that I dance with every Sunday is going to be here. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So join us.
Absolutely. It'll be really fun. And we're still looking for volunteers, too, for Friday setup or Thursday setup, and then also Saturday cleanup. So please also sign up for the table for that. And I'm going to turn it over to you.
So our guest artist today, you've heard me talk about it the past few weeks. Michaela Phillips went on America's Got Talent, and you're from Temecula, right? And but Michaela has a history here. She's never been here, but guess what? Her mother has been here, because her father, the mother's father, her grandfather, used to be our soloist here, Tad Sisler. Oh, yeah. And your great-grandmother, would that be great-great-grandmother?
Her great-grandma, my mom.
Your mom, your great-grandmother.
Well, Grandma Lindsay, yes.
Great. So we've had great-great-great, granddad, mom, and now her. So she has a lineage here. There's a vibration here that brought her here. And we're so lucky because watch this video. Turn the lights off, William, please. Watch this. This is what happened a couple weeks ago. Volume way up, please.
Thank you so much. I mean, I love the whole package. I love your smile. I love how you project to everyone. Your voice is incredible. You know what I'm going to do for you?
She got the golden one, so she went all the way to the finals. Don't you love watching that? I mean, I watched it again this morning. She's got 3 million YouTube views just on that one alone. She has 13 million views of her work and her performance. So, and she's singing right here for us. Michaela, come on up.
Stare at my reflection in the mirror. Why am I doing this to myself? Losing my mind on a tiny error. I nearly left the real me on the shelf. No, 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 no. Don't
Michaela. Michaela, fabulous, man. Good job, sweetie. Good job. Oh. Wow. And you know, to her credit, last night she was doing a red carpet event in LA till 1 o'clock. So she's done really well. Let's thank her and her mom for dragging her. I was like, oh my God. The sleeplessness, good. You're going to make it, kid. I can't wait to see where you're going with this. She has an appointment Tuesday with Simon Cowell's record company. So, we're. Woo! Okay, so here we go. We start every service out by going through our mission statement to remind us why we're here, doing what we're doing. And this is exactly why we are here. Please join me. We are a dynamic, open, and positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives one heart at a time. Lights down, take a deep breath in. This is our opportunity to go inside ourselves, to be a little quiet, go into that space where we're just not trying to resolve anything, but rather just being fully present right here in this moment and allowing whatever needs to come forward today to come forward. But we can't do it while we're trying to figure something out. So hit pause on the button that says try to find an answer. Just let it go. Just concentrate on your breath. Take a deep breath in. And we can change the world one heart at a time. And we can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you. You're a part of me, and we can change the world one heart at a time, and we can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. My heart is ready to love. My heart is open to love, love. And we can change the world one heart at a time. And we can change the world one heart at a time.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. Today, I am filled with power, with joy, with confidence, knowing that there is only one life in this universe. It is, in its essence, the power of love. And in that realization, I recognize my oneness with that ultimate power. So I state and claim the truth for myself right here and right now. with confidence, with clarity, with vocation. I proclaim to the world that everything that I desire is right there at my doorstep. I just need to open the door to my heart. I crack it open wide. I see the divinity of everything and everyone around me. And in that realization, in that vision, I recognize the connectivity that I have. All life is nothing but love expressing. I love myself first because that's where I can change the world. I love my faults because I forgive my faults. But I focus on my passion, my drive, my creative self-expression, which is a divine inheritance. So as I live my life from that standpoint, that vantage point on a mountaintop, I just allow life to be. I am filled with such gratitude for the knowledge, the wisdom, the consciousness that is life unfolding perfectly. Substance and supply are within my heart. I am the product. So with love in my heart, I release my word to the law of mind, knowing it is done perfectly and completely right here and right now. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Please join me. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. So let's take a deep breath in. So this is our opportunity to go around the world in our imagination and our minds, to look at different people in different cultures, different religions, people from different countries, people from different counties, different cities, people we like, people we don't like. This is our opportunity to see them as the face of God. The very same thing that we are, they are. So let's see the face of God in each and every one of these people. And as we sing each verse, change people in your minds. Just kind of rotate people and cultures, religions. Go on the journey. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Switch people, look someone else in the eye. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. Let's bring it up. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love.
This is a story that I have never told. I gotta get this off my chest to let it go. I need to take back the light inside you store. You're a criminal, and you steal like you're a bro. 'Cause all the pain and the truth I wear like a battle wound. So ashamed, so confused, I was broken and bruised. And now I'm a warrior. Now I've got thicker skin. I'm a warrior. I'm stronger than I've ever been. And my armor is made of steel. You can't get in. I'm a warrior. You can never hurt me. I'm burning like a fire. You can save your apologies. You're nothing but a liar. I've got shame, I've got scars, and I will never show. I'm a survivor in more ways than you know. 'Cause all the pain and the truth I wear like a battle wound. So ashamed, so confused. I'm not broken or bruised. 'Cause now I'm a warrior. Now I've got thicker skin. I'm a warrior. I'm stronger than I've ever been. And my armor is made of steel. You can't get in. I'm a warrior. You can never hurt me. There's a part of me I can't get back. A little girl grew up too fast. All it took was one sign, never be the same. Now I'm taking back my life today. Nothing left that you can say, 'cause you were never gonna take the blame anyway. And now I'm a warrior. Now I've got thicker skin. I'm a warrior. I'm stronger than I've ever been. And my armor is made of steel. You can't get in. I'm a warrior. And you can never hurt me again. You can never hurt me
Michaela, thank you, darling. You're beautiful, honey. You're beautiful. Oh, I can't wait. Like I said, save my backstage pass. Remember that name. I got your mom's number. I think your mom's on my text. So I mean, it's like, hey, waiting for my backstage pass. Hey. Wasn't that great, everybody? Let's hear it for the band that does a great job, too, as well. Yeah. Today we're going to talk about substance and supply. Substance and supply in your relationships, substance and supply in your health, substance and supply in your creativity and what you do in your world, substance and supply in your financial security. This applies to all of that because the world operates on the law of supply. Not just on an economic side, not on a financial side, but every part of our being, every part of our relationships, every part of our life is always about the law of supply. So here we go. This is something, you're never satisfied. Have you ever heard that? Yeah, where's my mom? Mom. So my mom, poor mother, really seriously, my poor mom, she would get home from work, she'd be tired, and I'd make her go to the airport or do something crazy, and on my way home, I was planning the next thing. I was always planning the next thing. And she's like, are you ever going to be satisfied? And the answer is no. No, I was never satisfied. I was grateful. And I didn't know how to articulate that because people, when they say you're never satisfied, it makes it sound like you're not grateful. But I'm never satisfied. I'm never satisfied because the law of supply says this. The law of being is perpetual increase, progress, and growth. When one good is realized, another desire for greater good will develop. And when a higher state is reached, another more and glorious state will unfold, and so on, and so on, and so on. So my divine discontent that I've always had is perfectly in alignment with this law of being. That there's always something greater to create, more vistas to see over, more expansive ideas to create in my life and experience. It's never about being mundane and simple and being done. Because I'm never satisfied. Now that's hard because it feels like I'm always thirsty for something else. But that's the natural divine urge of life to get bigger, not stay stagnant, not stay static or contract, but to expand itself. And once you get to that place, I expect to keep going and going and going. It's always about improving and expanding and using this law of being. Track anything in the universe where it started. It didn't start from creature, it started from a creator. We've all been created in its image and likeness. Everything comes from something else. Everything is imagined and put into place twice. First through the initial response, or through our initial we pick this up through the infinite, and then we create it. It's not creature created, it's creator created. And when we understand that that's our spiritual heredity, that's our spiritual dynamic, then everything we do comes from that infinite intelligence. Next thing, there are those who don't see abundance around them. They are either not using nor are they understanding the law of supply. There are people who don't see abundance around them. They just see their circumstance and what may not be the happiest of times in a certain area of their life. But they're missing the bigger picture. We talked about that a lot last week. We're missing the whole piece of the whole pie, not just the slice. Because there are people that don't see the abundance around them. What you don't see will always be taken away. So recognize that there's something to be grateful for. God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. Say that for me, please. God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. Notice it doesn't say God is my delayed, sporadic, scarce supply. It doesn't say that, does it? Why? Because that wouldn't make any sense. It doesn't make any logical sense. But God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. That's an affirmation that my dad used to say to us all the time. In fact, every prayer before a meal, I think he would actually say that. God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply, of which we give thanks. Amen. That was the grace he would say before we would pray at any meal. But God is my instant. Do you believe that God is your instant, constant, and abundant supply? If so, you can move with a great deal of faith that no matter what's going on in your world, you are in your right place doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason. Yes? Say it again. God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. If you walk away with anything, I want you to remember that. Because as you progress and go off on this, you're 16. 16. I'm not bitter. 16, really. All that talent at 16. But as you progress in your life, just remember that that is always backing you. People may come and go. Labels may come and go. People in your life come and go. But one thing you can count on, that God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. Next thing. I'm having a hard time here, William. In economics, we have the law of supply and demand. In metaphysics, we have a law of demand and supply. It's a 180 of the economic model that we were brought up on. The economic model in which we all have a paradigm, we all have a belief system in the law of supply and then demand. In metaphysics, we have to turn that around because in our own life, whatever we make a demand on from the universe, the law then supplies it. If you believe that if you have faith in God, then you know whatever I put my demand into the universe, the law is going to fill that in. If I have a demand about a relationship, I better be very clear what I want because the law is going to fill that in. If I have demand about my health, the law will fill it in. I don't have to wait for health to show up to be healthy. I have to put it into the universe so the law can supply it. I have to be it in my consciousness first for me to attract it into my experience. And then the universe will conspire to create whatever it is that I'm asking for. Whatever it is my heart's desire, the universe will supply that. So don't go off the law of supply and demand because then you can have the idea of scarcity or lack. There can be fear around that. You can't have that if you have the law of demand and supply because you know the infinite never runs dry. God never runs out. Does that make sense? Our life doesn't consist in the abundance of things we possess, but in the consciousness of that which we have. We possess the whole world and all its abilities, yet we are only able to enjoy what our consciousness will discern. So let me unpack that for just a minute. Our life doesn't consist of abundance of the things that we have. It's a consciousness, and maybe I would just say this, it's a consciousness of gratitude for all that we have. When one has that consciousness of gratitude, then things flow easily in and out of our life. When you try to hold something too tight, it will fall out. I always use this example. If you want to have the sand, grains of sand, I can scoop up and hold grains of sand like this, and I can hold it for a really, really long time. The second I start to feel scarcity and fear, I start putting my hands together. What happens to all the sand? It goes out on both sides. Next thing you know, I'm just left with a few grains of sand in my hand. When I had this infinite supply, as soon as I started doing this and constricting it, it went away. So that's a consciousness. This is a consciousness, and this is a consciousness. And actually, this looks like this. There's an irony to that. There's some sort of an irony because we're fighting all the time. This is a fight. This is, bring it on. Bring it on. Do you follow me? All right. We possess the whole world and all its possibilities, yet we are only able to enjoy that which our consciousness will discern. In other words, whatever I'm able to see myself doing, that is my limit. If I can't see it in my own mind, in other words, I can't even imagine it, then how can it ever come into being? So my limit is whatever I place in my vision as the limit. Are you with me? Okay, we're going to keep going. You guys are with it. All right. Have you ever noticed that people never ask you what the secret of your failures are? How did you get so screwed up? How did you do that? I want to know every detail. People don't ask you about your failures. They don't want because successes and failures are not secrets, they're systems. They're systems. I was talking to Michaela when she first came in this morning, and there's a point where she didn't make it into the top 10. And I said, how did you feel about that? And she's like, yay. She actually said, I'm okay with that. I'm like, really? Because part of me would be like, I'd be like disappointed. No, because there's more option and opportunities. For me to have been exposed like this and have that kind of exposure on the national, international, in the whole world, 13 million views, thank you very much, to have that kind of exposure, then now she's up to, no one else is directing her but her now. Her destiny is now driven from that, not driven from being in the top 10 and having all these rules and things she has to follow. She now has much more freedom to pursue her dream without that. So she got what she needed from the experience. Now, some may say, oh, I'm sorry, and view it as a failure, but no, that's actually success. That's a huge step to success. And if you can look at that and embody that, so if we can look at the things we failed at and call them, I like to call them successful failures. I did really well, and I bombed, and it's great. Because I'm learning from it, and it makes me move into other things. You know? I mean, who here is perfect? Really? Let me ask your wife, or let me ask Nancy if they're yeah. Let me ask her how she feels about your perfection. Yeah. I noticed my husband's hand didn't go up either, so that's good. But people don't ask you about, they want to know the secret to your success. But the actual question is, my successes and my failures all add up to the success of who I am. And they add up to the success of who you are. So stop looking at them as failures and look at them as, hey, this was a great stepstone into whatever's next. Exhale on that, yeah. I dare you to see things differently. I dare you. And here's the acronym, ready? DARE. Just deconstruct, align, reframe, and evolve. So I have to deconstruct my old way of thinking, my old way of looking at failures, my own way of looking at things in my life that didn't work out the way I wanted them to. I have to dare to think differently. So let's walk through it. Deconstruct, the first one. Deconstruct the wall that you've created around your success. Deconstruct the wall that you've created around success, because sometimes when we're successful, we create a wall, but the problem with the wall is that nothing else can come in. Greater good can't flow if you just create the wall. So no matter how successful you are, you have to break down the walls and know that you're in a flow of something so that it can continue to flow. But the second you start creating a wall around it, you create the limit for it to ever express by means of you. Okay? Dr. Holmes said this, and it's a harsh thing to hear. But you don't look at it on a personal level, look at it on different levels. Are you willing to let go? Are you now going to carry this corpse around with you? Are you now going to carry that failure or whatever it is? Are you going to carry that baggage with you? Are you ready to release it? Because if you're ready to release it, you don't have to carry it anymore. Because if once you release it, it makes room for something else to come in. When you carry all that baggage, you can have a really sore back. Right? You get tired. You're like, oh my God, and nothing else can come in. I have to take that off my back. I have to release it so it creates space for something else to come in. Anyone can carry around their baggage. It gets heavy. And then as the older you get, the more baggage we surface. Oy. It's exhausting. But it doesn't have to be if I can look at it through the eyes of success and failure as stepstones to success, and I can look at these as a paradigm shift, and I have to realign all of this stuff so that I can actually call upon the universe to create it. So how long do you want to hang on to it? How long do you want to hang on to it? How long do you want to hang on to that argument that you've had with someone? Ooh, that's a good one. How long are you going to hang on to it? Because remember, you can't move on till you let it go. You can think you can, but as long as you're carrying it with you, it's still part of you. Align yourself with spirit. What God does for others, God now does for me and more. What God does for others, God now does for me and more. Say that, please. What God does for others, God now does for me and more. Can you believe that? If so, then you're using the law of supply. If you say to yourself, yeah, but, as soon as you put the but in front of it, yeah, but, you just went ahead to an old paradigm. Get rid of your but. Hey. This should be a good talk. Get rid of your but. Because, yeah, but, no, but, as soon as you hear the but, gone. You've deconstructed your perfection. You deconstructed what you're journeying into. Does that make sense? With grace and ease, the walls of lack and delay now crumble away, and I enter into my promised land. This is not the promised land of an afterlife. It's the promised land because the kingdom of heaven is here and now. It's not something we work toward. Many of us have been in the kingdom of hell for long enough, so we move into the kingdom of heaven here and now. The promised land is exactly what we're living in right now. I remember my grandmother telling me, don't wait for your golden years to live, honey. You are in your golden years. Yeah, and I was 30. So I've been living, having a good time, showing God a good time, but don't wait. Don't wait, because you know what? With grace and ease, the walls of lack and delay now crumble away, and I enter into that land. Because whatever God does for other people, it's waiting to do by means of me. Now, there's a question mark there. Yes, that's true. The question is, am I willing to do the work that goes with that? See, I can have a big vision. I get big visions. Oh, I want to do this, and I want to do that. But the question then boils down, okay, God's going to say, absolutely. I'm going to give you this, give it to you abundantly, but you're going to have to work. And then I go, well, that's not what I want. I don't want to have to work for it. I just want to have it. I'm not willing to do the work to do it. Come on, God, deliver at FedEx. It needs to just come to my door. So it's whatever you're willing to co-create. We're co-creators of this life experience. Remember, at the very beginning, it's not creature, it's creator. Creator creates by means of us, but it has to create by means of us, which means I have to do something too. Now, if I'm willing to do it, then let's go. Journey's on. Hit the ride, let's go. But if I'm not, then I have to stop telling the universe this is what I want, because it's not really what I want. It's never going to happen because I'm not willing to do the work to do it. I say this all the time. You've heard me. If you want to have a great body, you can't just drive by the gym. I know people that sign up for a gym membership and they think, That's not going to work. You have to do the work. So are you willing to do the work? If not, then be cognizant of that and say, this is what I'm willing to do and willing to have in my life, and I'm willing to work that way to get that. You know? It's not handed to us on a silver platter. You do have to do something. You have to co-create with that universe. So just remember that. Next thing, reframe. Reframe where you are in the totality of an experience. Ralph Waldo Emerson's brilliant when he says this. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. That's brilliant. That's the reframing. The reframing is no need to look in the rearview mirror, right? And no need to actually look too far forward, because whatever's going to happen from here is going to happen from here now. So I have to have that here in order for that to happen out here. If I don't have it here, it's not going to happen out here. Whatever you have in your here is what you're looking at now, and if you don't like what you're looking at, then you have to fix this first before that's going to change. The law of demand and supply. We keep saying to ourselves, I'll be happy when. No, here, the next one. I just went ahead of myself. That line's coming up. Evolve into something greater. How far you go in life. Here you go. If you want to evolve, you know, we talk about building a world that works for everyone. We're changing lives one heart at a time. How far you go in life depends on how tender you are with the young, how compassionate you are with people getting older, how sympathetic you are with people striving, and how tolerant of the weak and the strong. No more needs to be said about that. If we want to evolve, it's how we treat everybody and everything around us. That's why we sang that song, you know, we are a family. You are a part of me. You know, that no matter, sometimes I don't like parts of me. Okay? But I have to remember, whatever is in here is going to be created out there. So I have to be tender with myself and other people, compassionate, looking at people that are struggling. Maybe I have to change my paradigm around watching people struggle and how I view them and how I label them and have a perception about them that may or may not even be their truth. But you make, in the absence of the truth, your mind makes up a storyline about every person that you run into. Remember that. And it may not be the slightest bit accurate. Chances are it's not, because we never know till we talk to someone about what their journey is. But I can tell you what, we have to be tolerant of people who are weak and tolerant of people who come across very strong. Next thing, when things change, I will be happy. No, when I'm happy, things will change. People keep going, well, when this happens, I'll be happy. You just set your happiness way out in the future. That's not it. When I'm happy, things will then unfold for me to be happy. When I have that mindset, that consciousness, that mindset of happiness, happiness will then be coming toward me and I'll experience it. If all I talk about is what I don't want, then all I'm continue to bring about are the things that I never wanted to experience in the first place. But don't say, when things change, I'll be happy. You better find that happiness in the moment now. And say, okay, you know what? It may not be, Dr. Tom, I think, used to say, I may not be all that I used to think. Thank God I'm not all that I want to be, but thank God I'm not what I used to be. Right? But thank God I'm not what I used to be. So it's about when I'm happy, things will begin to change. I have to shift myself. And I need to hear this. Because I can get wrapped up in things and drama and all that other stuff, and it just, you know, I can get angry and upset. Is that going to create happiness in my life? No, it just creates more drama on the next day, or the next hour, or the next 15 minutes. You know, but in humanity, sometimes we mess it up. But part of our success is to look at the things when we fell off and fall off and be able to get back on in the right way. Does that make sense? All right. Worry is a spiritual constrictor. It slows and can even stop your good from flowing. You know, let's just picture a giant hose, right? A giant hose, and the universe is just, hey, here's all the good, Joe, all the good. And what worry does is it takes all that good and it just puts it into a little bitty garden hose. So all that was possible is rushing, and now it's really constricted. And then some of us take that garden hose and we put a kink in it over our head. So it can't flow at all because we're so worried it can't flow. So worry is a spiritual constrictor. It stops you from actually being in the flow of all that we were destined to experience. What do they say? If you worry, pray. If you pray, don't worry. Right? Simply put, when you are wanting something, it already exists in the sphere of causes. Stop there. When we want something, we live in a cause and effect relationship, right? When we desire something, it already exists in the universe as a cause. Let's say I desire light, right? Light, let's just call it light. There is all the components to make a candle, the wax and the wick. It's always there. Whatever you asked for, it's always there. When you desire a particular effect in your life, the desire is an appearance of an underlying cause. So I have this desire, the underlying cause is light, and then all the components necessary for me to create that light are always there. Now, whether that's career, create health, create relationships, create financial security, abundance, when I put my demand into the universe, all the components exist. Can you imagine having a breakfast with God and you saying, God, I put this demand in the universe, but this may be too big for you. You may not have an idea. Nah, you're not quite there yet. You don't have all it takes. This is way too big for you. Can you imagine having that conversation with the infinite saying that you're not infinite, you're finite? No, it doesn't make sense. All right? That cause is a demand upon the universe which has inexhaustible supply available to us. Inexhaustible supply. Last thing. It says in Scripture, very simple, the law of supply, right? Supply and substance. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and you'll find it. Knock, and the door is going to open. Ask, and you'll ask, and you'll be given it. Demand, supply. Seek, you're going to find. Knock, the door opens. It's pretty simple. Goes right in line with God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. Doesn't it? God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. Hold on to that. Instant, constant, abundant supply. Sign me up. Sign me up. And so ends your lesson. Thank you, everybody.
Will the ushers please come forward? And so as the ushers are coming forward, please just let us feel that gratitude that we have for everything in our life, that abundance that we each have, and that this is our opportunity to keep that flow going by our giving back. And those of you that are live streaming, please don't forget there's a donation button there, or you can also, any of you can text your offering to that number. So from that place of gratitude, let us say our offertory prayer, please. I offer this gift with joy and gratitude. I receive freely and give freely, knowing the law of circulation is working perfectly in my life and the life of this center.
All right, come on. Help me sing it. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. One more time all the way through. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. It's up to me to be thankful. It's up to me to be kind. It's up to me to be grateful. It's up to me. It's up to... On your feet, everybody. Come on, let's sing it with me. Come on, crank it up. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Go on, last time all the way through. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Last time. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
All right. All right. So, Barbara, how long have you been coming here?
About a year.
And has your life changed?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for bringing up the basket. So let us just together, let's bless this offering. We bless this collective offering and receive it with gratitude, knowing it is spirit in action. As this currency flows through our center and beyond, it blesses many lives, including my own. All right, Dale, I think you're taking it. Thank you, Dale. Thank you.
One more special request I have for you. Yes. Michaela is on her way out. She doesn't have a CD yet. She doesn't have a record company. And we can't afford to pay very much, but we pay her what we can. But I told her that she could autograph copies of her picture, and she's accepting donations because she's got to travel a lot right now, and it just costs a lot of money. So I said, we'll support you spiritually, and also I'm sure some of you will help her financially. You can make a donation for $5. She'll give you an autographed copy of her picture. Save it someday. You'll have the Grammy winner in your hand.
You say, I knew her when.
I knew her when. She was saying right here in our little old church.
Before she won all those Grammys, I already had her signature.
But I'm going to go backstage. I'm telling you. I see. Anyway, so please support her on your way out. Anything you can do would be greatly appreciated, I'm sure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
She did a great job. Thank you again, everybody.
All right. So at this time, I'd like to welcome our visitors, our guests. If you are here for the first time, please stand. Boy, you just popped right up there. Yay. I like that enthusiasm. So what we're giving you is a CD holder with information about our center. Please stop by the welcome table and pick up a gift of Dr. Joe, a couple of Dr. Joe's talks. We welcome you. If you're from the Valley, come back. If you're not, enjoy your stay, because this is like the most beautiful time of the year, or one of the most beautiful time of the year to be here. This is part of our prayer team. They're over in the Om room. If you're going through anything, please go over there and have them pray with you. This is a gift that we give to our congregation. And so don't forget, this Wednesday, really important, our member council meeting. And love to see a lot of you there to give your ideas and to participate in that. Don't forget, we have Soul Sisters, my book study. There's just so much going on here all the time. So, and then don't forget, those of you who are in the membership class, go over to Costa Hall. Sign in and have lunch, and then we'll get our meeting going. So let's just take a deep breath in, a closing prayer. So right here, right now, in the sacredness of this moment, we recognize that God is our instant, constant, and abundant supply. And each one of us here is making that demand on the universe, knowing that Spirit always says yes, knowing that we are the creators of our life, of our experiences. We own it. We know it. We know that there is no problem, no challenge that we may be facing that God is not bigger than. Our God is bigger than any so-called illusion of a problem. So I know right here, right now, I know that these are magnificent manifestors. Each one here is claiming their good. And it is very good. So I am so grateful for each congregant here that has raised and elevated this consciousness in the world. And each person here, I know, is changing lives one heart at a time. So knowing this is the truth, I release my word to that divine law that always says yes. And please join me in saying, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week, everyone.
I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. It's up to me to be thankful. It's up to me to be kind. It's up to me to be grateful.